Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, distinguished speakers, and future chartered accountants. Welcome to the sixth edition of this program, patronized by the Muscat chapter of ICAI and hosted by Indian School Salalah under the aegis of the Board of Directors, Indian Schools Oman. Since 2018, ICAI Muscat chapter, in association with the Board of Directors Indian Schools in Oman, grants scholarship to the Oman Commerce Toppers of Indian Schools. The scholarship consists of cash award, a certificate, and a memento. The chapter arranges expert speakers for motivating students to take up CA as their career. Indian school alumni who have completed the CA in the previous year are also felicitated on the occasion. This program will undoubtedly unravel the layers of what it means to be a chartered accountant, a profession that not only demands technical expertise but also embodies qualities of integrity, precision, and adaptability. In a world where financial acumen is more crucial than ever, the role of chartered accountants stands out indispensable. Today, we also have the privilege to hear from individuals who have achieved remarkable success in their CA careers. Their stories serve as a source of inspiration and motivation for aspiring CAs. This evening, we not only delve into the intricate details of this profession, but also celebrate the achievements of our outstanding commerce students who have excelled in their academic pursuits. This event is without doubt filled with insight and inspiration. If you have any query, you can post it in the chat box. These queries will be addressed by the esteemed speaker in the Q&A session. On behalf of Indian schools in Oman, we thank ICAI Muscat chapter for patronizing this event. And today, we have with us CA Jim Joseph Itty, partner, corporate finance and assurance. He is the present chairman of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India Muscat chapter. He has a vast experience of 20 plus years in external and internal audits in Oman, the UAE, and India. Now, may I take the privilege to invite CA Jim Joseph Itty to formally welcome the August gathering. Sir, please.
You are mute.
Sir, you may please unmute.
You are mute.
Thank you very much. A very good evening to all. First of all, I would like to thank the Board of Directors of Indian Schools, especially to the chairman, for giving us this platform to felicitate toppers in commerce and also to interact with the students and their parents. And special thanks to the Salalah School for taking the initiative. ICAI was formed by a special act in Parliament 75 years ago. Today, ICAI is the largest accounting body in the world. If you see, there are more than 182 accounting bodies globally. By number, today, ICAI is the largest accounting body. We have more than 4 lakh members, 400,000 members, and 8 lakh students. So we are a community of 1.2 million people, 12 lakh chartered accountants and students. And to highlight, 1/3 of our members are women chartered accountants, and half of our students are female students. As you all know, our country, India, is one of the fastest growing economies in the world. We are almost a 4 trillion GDP economy now. We are expected to be a developed country by 2050, 2047, 2050. So by that time, our GDP will be 30 trillion. So to run an economy of that magnitude, as per the estimate of ICAI, we need minimum 30 lakhs of chartered accountants. So today we are 4 lakhs, we are looking for 30 lakhs. So the gap between 4 lakhs and 30 lakhs is an opportunity for each and every one of the commerce student who is attending today's session. So that's why we thought we will bring the opportunities in CA as a career today. India is moving towards right path. We believe ICAI is also in the same path. Today we have with us Mr. Ali Al-Asmi, our chief guest. He is the GM Investment and Treasury of Central Bank of Oman. He's a professional accountant. He's an FCCA. He's also a founding member of Omani Chartered Accountants Association. So he's like a brother to us. We work together in a lot of things. Always support us. Sir, I welcome you on behalf of everyone. We have Dr. Sivakumar Manikyam, Chairman of Board of Indian Schools. He's not a guest today. He is a part of the host only. We have seen how dynamically he have drive the schooling system during the COVID time. Sir, we appreciate all your efforts. I welcome you to this event. We have our keynote speaker, CA Chaira. He's the past chairperson of Board of Studies Academics of ICAI. He's not just a chartered accountant. He has a lot of qualifications and degrees. If I put it in a PPT, it will be a full page. He was here in Muscat during January. He was one of the speakers for our international conference. So we were happy to invite you to address our students. So thank you very much for joining. I welcome you. We are also expecting another special guest, C. Ashwini Savrikar. She's also she's a part of us also. She was our past chairperson. She's also a member of the board. She will be giving the felicitation address. I welcome Madam Ashwini also. Then we have Deepak sir from Salalah school. Sir, thank you very much for your efforts. I welcome you. Then we have the stars of today's evening, Meghna, Demello, and Melina. Along with them, two young CS are joining, Nidhi Shanbag and Harshal Nirmal. So they'll be sharing their experience with the students. I have my colleagues in the managing committee with me, especially the student affairs lead, C. Abhishek. I also welcome the teachers, students, parents, and all join today. I would like to highlight that Muscat chapter is there from 2008. We are here to support anybody who need any support regarding any guidance regarding CA curriculum. We have a website, our contacts are there. You can contact us anytime, feel free. Wishing you all the best. Enjoy the evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for that warm welcome. Today, we are truly honored and grateful to Dr. Shivkumar Manickam, Chairman of the Board of Directors of Indian Schools in Oman, for gracing us with his presence and for presiding over the event. Dr. Shivkumar Manickam is an innovative leader with experience and expertise to lead educational endeavors both in schools and higher education sectors. He has refined school education with the growth of technology and has taken initiatives to prepare students for such a rapidly changing world. The virtual learning environment which he has developed for the Indian schools has been very effectively used for conducting training, programs, and workshops. As the chairman of the board of directors of Indian schools in Oman, Dr. Shivkumar Manickam contributes to the holistic development of students, preparing them to face the challenges of the 21st century with confidence. May I now take the opportunity to invite Dr. Shivkumar Manickam, Chairman of the Board of Directors of Indian Schools in Oman, to address the virtual gathering. Sir, please.
Thank you. Chief guest for this evening, Mr. Ali Al-Azmi, GM Investment and Treasury, Directorate within CBO. CA Jim Joseph, Chairman ICAI Muscat Chapter. Keynote speaker CA J. Chaira, ex-chairman, Board of Studies, ICAI. Academic Chair, CA Ashwini Saurika. Mr. Vinoba, MP, Senior Principal and Educational Advisor. Mr. Deepak Patankar, Principal, Indian School, Salalah. The proud awardees of this evening, parents and students of various Indian schools in Oman, good evening. At the very outset, I place on records our profound gratitude to His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq for his benevolence and generosity towards the Indian diaspora in Oman. And we gratefully acknowledge the encouraging support and guidance by the Ministry of Education in all our educational endeavors. We are gathered here to celebrate the achievement of students who, through their persevering effort, have earned personal distinction as well as accolades for their alma mater and their parents. The students include the toppers in the commerce stream from among all Indian schools in Oman for the class 12 CBSE examination held in academic year 22-23, and the Indian schools alumni who passed CA final examinations. Congratulations. Famous Indian business entrepreneur Ratan Tata has made a statement once: I need MBAs for running my business, but chartered accountants to teach them how to run the business. This shows the significant and indispensable role played by the chartered accountants in the nation building. The role played by ICAI Muscat chapter in promoting CA as a career is praiseworthy. I have been told that they are organizing professional learning events which are open to all nationalities residing in Oman. Another significant contribution is the Omani Professional Working Group, which entitles the Omani nationals who are part of the group to avail professional expertise absolutely free of cost. I am confident that the keynote address of CA J. Chaira this evening will be very informative and it will throw light on the general guidelines that all CA aspirants should know. On behalf of the Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman, I thank Chairman CA Jim Joseph and other board members of ICAI Muscat chapter for patronizing this event and motivating our students to excel in their life. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for always being an inspiration to us. We are delighted to have with us today Mr. Ali Al Asmi, the first Omani chief accountant in the CBO, and he has been an employee in the CBO since 1996. He has worked with the SCB as a manager of finance and was appointed the GM Financial Directorate. Currently, he is the GM Investment and Treasury Directorate within the CBO and is a part-time lecturer in accounting and financial management with CBFS. I now invite our esteemed chief guest to address the gathering. Sir, please.
Thank you very much for the introduction. I would like, first of all, to thank the Indian school, Salalah, as well, Indian school in Muscat. And I would like to thank a lot our colleagues in Muscat chapter, Indian CAI. It's my pleasure to be with you, and it's my pleasure also to share some of my exposures in central bank and also before even central bank to motivate our colleagues and our students in Indian school. I would maybe like to start saying that maybe in today's generation, the students are lucky compared to our previous generation. At least the students today, they get the opportunity to hear from others the importance of different fields, including chartered accountants and different professional certifications and professional, exposures, and also to share from different experienced people from different organizations. In our days, we didn't get this chance, and we had to start and struggle until we find ourselves what to choose and where to expose ourselves. I would like also to emphasize and to show the importance, even though it's already known, but just to highlight further the importance of accounting in today's market compared to 20 and 30 years back. Accounting and finance, 20, 30 years back, it was looked like it's a kind of recording and reporting only. Today, any organization without chartered accounts, they are killing themselves. They are putting themselves into end. So every organization, they have to have an accountant or a qualified accountant for them to succeed. And we have seen this. We have a lot of professionalisms. However, accounts is a special professional where no organization can work without it. And it's equal a lot of students, sometimes even my kids, when I ask them, what you want to become when you finish your schools? They say, I want to become a doctor. Everyone will say, I want to become a doctor. If you look into accounts, it's even more than the doctor itself. Whatever doctors do in accounts today, they do. They do diagnose problems. They do analyze problems. They do investigate. And also they do recommend for the solution, and they implement the solution as well after implementation. I was reading one day what was the accounting definition 80 years back, and it was mentioned that it is a recording, classifying, and summarizing. In today's definition, it's identifying, measuring, recording, classification, summarizing, analyzing, interpretation, communications, and also it says it is a part of the strategic building of any of the organizations. There is no organization's management today without a knowledge of accounts, which they can perform with a competitive role on their roles today. And even some of the CEOs of the company, I know them a long time ago, sometimes they come back to me. They've been appointed as CEOs, but they are not accountant originally. For example, they come sometimes, they call me, they say, Ali, we want you to help us to understand how to read the financial statements, because the decision making is based on the understanding of the financial reporting, which is in the financial statements. So I sit with them, although they are CEOs, I try to explain them 3-4 days in a summary basis, what is the financial statement say for them, just to be able to understand, to read those numbers, and also to help the decision making on their organizations. A lot of people, especially students, today still they don't understand what to choose, where to go. Is it accounting or finance, or I should go doctor, or I should go engineering, or what I should select? From my side, I'm telling you, whoever is the students, easily I'm telling you, if you want to succeed, I think chartered accounts is the first priority for you. Maybe a lot of you, even those people who have invited me, they know Ali Al-Asmi as GM Central Bank, Investment and Treasury Directorate. But Ali Al-Asmi has started his career as an army soldier. I have worked as an army soldier in 1992 in Dubai and joined Central Bank of Oman in 19... Sorry? Okay, and joined Central Bank of Oman in 1996 as what? Not as a chartered accountant, but as a security guard. You understand? Why I am telling you this, not to give credit to myself. I just telling you this to show to the students, whoever are you, you can achieve what you want to be. So I started as a security guard, and I was the first one in Central Bank to take the position of chief accountant in the history of Central Bank as an Omani. You see, so that much chartered accounts has helped me to recognize myself and to be recognized in Central Bank, and I have grown to the position where I am today, which I am taking the position of General Manager, Treasury and Investment Department. As well, today I am acting Executive Vice President of the investment sector as a whole. So without ACCA, without chart of accounts, I wouldn't really be able to achieve this position. And even the student should think today, a lot of roles requires you to be an accountant. For you to work in a payroll sector, for example, payroll department, if you are an accountant, you can work in payroll sector. If you are an accountant, you can work in insurance. If you are an accountant, you can work in fixed assets. If you are an accountant, you can work as a CFO. CFO today is the second person in any of the organization after the CO. When CO is taking leave or go for any roles, CFOs replace him, and CFOs takes the role of the organization's management. So chart of accounts is very important. I am sure Indian chapter has helped us a lot also to sit and to work on the, chart of accounts for Omani certification here in Oman, and recently they have announced also through Ministry of Commerce and our chamber organization in Oman to have, inshallah, chart of accounts certification sooner. So I do encourage a lot our students in Indian chapter and other organization students and schools to reconsider accounting and finance and to become chartered accountants easily without any worrying, inshallah, and they will be succeeding. Thank you a lot for everyone. I took a lot of time maybe to introduce myself and to give you this small statement, but I thought it worth to share. Don't worry who are you today. I am sure if you decide to become something, you will do it and you will become. That's all I can say. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for those words of wisdom. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce our keynote speaker for today's event, CA Jay Chaira, a senior CA with admirable credentials. He's a charismatic personality with immense knowledge. Associated with ICAI activities since 1995, he has served as a chairman Surat ICAI in 2005 and went on to become the vice chairman WIRC in the year 2012. He has chaired more than 30 national and international committees. Owing to his exceptional contributions, he has been the recipient of a number of awards. To name a few, he was awarded the Legend of Surat, the Star of Surat, the Jewel in the Crown, and the Youth Icon. He was also awarded by the President of India for getting first in research in India. His approach is towards holistic development of an individual, and his activities are evident of it. I now invite CA Jay Chaira to deliver the keynote address. Sir, please.
Thanks a lot, Renu. A very good evening to all of you. Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Ali Al-Asmi, GM Investment and Treasury, Director within CBO, Dr. Sivakumar Manikan, Chairman, Board of Directors, Indian Schools, Oman, CA Jim Joseph Itti, my good friend and Chairman, ICAI, Muscat chapter. A good evening once again to all of you. Well, first of all, let me tell you, I visited Oman recently, and I can say that it's a beautiful country. I had a wonderful experience, a very pleasant experience. And I must thank Jim for that opportunity also, and the opportunity for today also. Oman, I found it very beautiful. I moved across Muscat and I heard a lot about Salalah. That Salalah is a very beautiful place. Maybe next time. I believe so. I'm not very sure. I just overheard that it's a very beautiful place. And maybe next time I'm going to visit it. Well, regarding the today's program, our chief guest has spoken about some of the very, very important aspects very beautifully well, and how he has elevated to such a height, maybe from, looking into this security to now security analysis, I can say so. How he has grown, that is really wonderful, very inspiring for students as well as inspiring for us. And today we have two important aspects. One is felicitation of the students who have performed very well. My compliments to all the students who have done very well in their school, that is higher secondary education. And many of you must have performed excellently well. And some of you might have, performed a little less, but maybe, still there is a lot of life, so many years in your life, and you can still do wonderfully well in future. So this is a beautiful occasion to felicitate the stars. At the same time, a very, very important thing, is about the career. Student friends, I would like just to tell you that up till now in the school days, your focus is very much more on the theory, and naturally it has to be like that. In the initial days, it is more of theory, less of practicals. But as you progress, there has to be a very good blend of theory and practice. Now, the most crucial time has come for you. That is selection of career. Fortunately, our chief guest, sir, has clearly said that, chartered accountants can be a wonderful career. Naturally, I have to agree with that. It's a beautiful career. It's a wonderful career. And friends, up till now, your focus was, clearing your subjects, getting better grades, getting better marks in your schooling, in your exams and like that. But now the most crucial time has come up. As I said, selecting the career. And many times in a lighter vein, I say that it is like selecting your spouse. You know, it's very difficult to select a spouse. You cannot change your spouse. Generally not. Similar is the case with your career, right? If Jim Joseph is a chartered accountant, probably he is not going to become a doctor, you know, soon, even though he wishes. So similarly, a doctor is not going to be an advocate. An advocate is not going to be something else. So, you know, career, you have to choose once, right? Not everyone can be so very smart who can elevate in career like our chief guest. Most of us will be in one particular position. Most of us will be in one particular domain. So it's a very, very, very crucial decision, friends. Please pay attention to this. And my compliments to Indian schools of Oman as well as the ICAI chapter Muscat for coming up with this very novel idea of encouraging our students by felicitating them, at the same time guiding them on the career. So I repeat, this is the most crucial time for you, selecting the career. If you select it very well, then for the rest of the life, you know, you will. I can tell you one thing, student friends, the happiest person is the person who likes the work he does. You are so young, so your concept of happiness might be different. Maybe, you know, sports, maybe roaming around with your friends, that might be happiness for you, and that is justified. That is fully justified at your age. But believe me, if you ask all the seniors in this program, they will agree with me that most of the time you spend with your profession, with your vocation, with your work, with your business, with your activities. If you are very passionate about it, if you have chosen it wisely, then you will thoroughly enjoy that part of life. And when you enjoy that part of life, naturally it has the effect on your personal life, and you know, you enjoy your life. So this is a very, very crucial thing. Please observe that. Well, I am supposed to speak something on chartered accountancy. Well, I am very passionate about chartered accountancy. I am a chartered accountant. My elder daughter is also a chartered accountant. My younger daughter is also pursuing chartered accountancy. And number of my family members have joined this particular profession. So I'm very passionate about this particular thing. Well, friends, when it comes to chartered accountancy, many times youngsters may feel that it has something to do only with accounts. Right? There was a time that people do think that chartered accountants are more with accounts and audit. Then it changed a little. Then they started thinking about audit and tax and like that. But today, believe me, chartered accountant has gone beyond that. Wherever business goes, wherever commerce goes, wherever all this economic activities goes, you will find a place for chartered accountant. Today, chartered accountants have traveled beyond all these things. They are excellent in tax, they're excellent in audit, in accounting, in finance. But believe me, they have gone beyond that. Today, in India, I'm sure that might be the case with Muscat also and other parts of the world. But today in India, I find that chartered accountants are hired in HR functions, they are hired in operations, and they are hired surprisingly in marketing functions also. And as our honorable chief guest sir was talking about CFO, today chartered accountants are going and playing wonderful role as CFO. Not only that, many chartered accountants are moving one step ahead, becoming COOs and even CEOs. So you have traveled a long way. It's a wonderful profession. As chartered accountants, you have a number of options. Having your own practice, you may choose to go into corporates and contribute in companies and thereby contributing to your nation, contributing to your society. Now, this is very, very crucial. Friends, my trip to Muscat, I still remember, a beautiful trip, a beautiful country with beautiful landscapes and beautiful people. I got wonderful response. And I can say that, you know, we are growing. Muscat is growing and coming out in the, and I'm sure, you know, in times to come up, it's going to glow further. Same is the case with India. And I think this is the case with most of the Gulf countries. I've visited recently, many of them. So there is a wonderful growth trajectory. So, you know, as chartered accountants, we do contribute by having practice, by being consultants. We are not only restricted to finance, but we are business consultants, overall business consultants. This is a very, very crucial role, a very interesting role where you can really add value to businesses, to your clients. In corporates also, you can play various roles and thereby, repeat, support your economy, support your country, support the society at large. So it's a very important role. Not only that, chartered accountants can be wonderful entrepreneurs. Fortunately, tomorrow at Delhi, we have a particular meeting of chartered accountants in public service and chartered accountants as entrepreneurs. There are a number of chartered accountants who have been into public service in India. There are a number of chartered accountants who have become judges at High Court and Supreme Court. There are chartered accountants who have gone into, IPS, IAS and become collectors, commissioners and gone to the higher levels in various ministries. So even that is one of the very interesting things that is happening with this particular profession. And as per my understanding, more than 1,000 chartered accountants we have mapped who are doing public services, who are into public services and thereby helping the nation directly. I think that's a wonderful thing happening. Similarly, there are a number of chartered accountants now going to entrepreneurship. I'm not very sure how many of the students might be into the startup regime, following startups or maybe watching some videos or on startups. Like, I'm not very sure about Muscat. In India, there is one very famous show, Shark Tank, where people who are into the startup world will come pitch. So I was just watching one particular episode with my daughter. My daughter is based at Mumbai, a chartered accountant working in corporate. I'm an entrepreneur chartered accountant. So she came back home and once she just started that video, so 2 chartered accountants, they were pitching for a very interesting business, right? That was regarding ready-made shoes and all these things, chartered accountants. And interestingly, the people who were listening to them, they were also chartered accountants because they had also succeeded very well into that particular field. So entrepreneurship is another very interesting thing. So what I'm trying to say is chartered accountancy covers 360 degrees. It is not restricted technically to accounts or audit. No. Core finance is there. Many other aspects are there, right? We are business consultants and it is not restricted only to certain form of practice. Today you can be into practice, you can have your corporate career, you can become an entrepreneur. And the best thing is today we are living in a global village and Gulf countries are positioned in a very, very good position. They are a very good link for various countries across the globe. They are playing a very vital role. So that means you have an added advantage. You can start with global careers. That's a wonderful advantage being at Muscat. So when it comes to chartered accountancy, one very crucial thing that I can tell you is that this is a course which you can complete at a very, very young age. You can join it immediately after your grade 12 and at a very, very young age. Like my daughter became chartered accountant at the age of 20. I also became chartered accountant at the age of 21. So average 20, 21, 22. If you become a chartered accountant, you have a very, very good grip, very good knowledge of some of the most technical subjects which are very crucial for any business or any corporate. Accounting, auditing, tax, international tax, law, costing, finance, strategy, information technology, and many other things. These are all the topics which are very, very relevant for any business. Even if you want to be an entrepreneur, you will have to deal with all these things. So as an entrepreneur, all these aspects are very crucial. As a corporate, you can contribute in all these aspects. In practice, you can choose any of these fields. So at a very young age, you get so much of technical knowledge. That means you can combine it with other courses also. Like some people have a very good combination. They are more interested in law, then they can pursue chartered accountancy and after that law degree. Some people are very interested in management. They can pursue chartered accountancy and then go ahead with management, maybe MBA or whatever called. So there are some people who are interested in core finance, on the basis of chartered accountancy, they may take up some certificate courses in finance later on. So there are many, many good combinations that you can create. But the best thing is that at a very, very young age, you can complete chartered accountancy. You can have good knowledge, not only of one technical subject, but so many technical things. Rarely you will find a course where you have such a good knowledge, technical knowledge on so many aspects. So, you have a multi thought process. You have multidisciplinary knowledge, which is very crucial. Today, if your knowledge restricted to one particular field and that is in isolation, then probably you cannot add that much value. But you have multidisciplinary understanding, then definitely you can add tremendous value to your clients, to the corporates, to your nation, to the society. So that is very, very crucial. And the best thing is that if I talk about chartered accountants, if I talk about the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, where I have served for more than 2 decades, I can say that we have entered into so many MOUs globally. Globally, we have entered into so many MRS, mutual recognition agreements. We have entered into so many MOUs. And thanks to that, our chartered accountants, you will find across the globe, in Gulf countries, of course, we find very, very good chartered accountants contributing really very well. I have actually seen that, I have interacted with them. And fortunately, my last 3 trips were in the Gulf countries. And they are doing fantastic. They are doing really, really very well. So these global opportunities, global MOUs allow you to, travel across the world and take the knowledge and decide upon your area of practice or corporates or whatever the case may be. So as I was talking about, in case of chartered accountancy, the best part is, first, you will get to know about the technical subjects. Technical subjects, as I said, law, tax, accounts, finance, costing, and other subjects. Along with that, look at the other aspect. It is not only the technical subject you have to learn, but chartered accountancy is considered to be a little tougher course than some average courses. Right? You have to put in a little more efforts than any average course. That means it will help you in developing a disciplined approach. It will help you in working hard. I'm sure our chief guest, whatever he said and his journey of elevation can only be possible with that hard work, efforts, with that passion. See, only efforts does not work. It has to be passionate efforts and at the same time, discipline. So these are some very important virtues that will take you to various higher levels in whatever career or whatever domain of the life you want to excel. These are the very crucial things that chartered accountants will teach you. Along with that, look at it from another aspect. Chartered accountants will help you in developing your logic. There are certain subjects with very strong logic. Having analytical abilities, that is another very important thing. Analysis, right? Memory. Some of the chapter subjects will develop your memory also, because that is also very crucial, right? Your descriptive ability, your presentation skills, so many things are important. So chartered accountancy, along with the technical things, work on all these aspects. So this is very crucial. But I can tell you, friends, now that you are going to go into a very important journey, we don't want you, at least I don't want you, to be a lopsided person that in the name of curriculum, you miss out other important aspects. You should not miss out in terms of health, in terms of sports, in terms of culture, in terms of arts. While taking education is important, equally important is to play football. And maybe if you are interested in painting, do that also, right? If arts and sports is missing from curriculum, I believe that is not education. That is too lopsided. And believe me, along with chartered accountancy, you can have all your hobbies. While I was pursuing chartered accountancy, I was very passionate about singing, painting, photography, trekking, and I did all of these things along with my chartered accountancy. So many people have a wrong notion that if you go for any higher course, like chartered accountancy or any other course, then there are so many sacrifices that you have to make, you cannot leave other aspects of your life. I believe that is totally wrong. It's all about time management. It's all about passion. Those who are passionate can do many, many things and happily with smile on the face. Well, if a student does not have a smile on his face, then he can be anything but not educated. He can be anything but not educated. The most important thing for any educated person is that passion, is that energy, is the smile on the face. If a person is not happy, I don't believe him to be educated. So student friends, believe me, along with chartered accountancy, you can do all other wonderful things, all other. You want to get into technology, you want to learn something in technology, yes, you can do that. You want to play sports, maybe lawn tennis or maybe football or whatever it is. Yes, you can and you should do it. Along with that, maybe you have some wonderful arts to involve into. Yes, you definitely should do that. And I'll tell you one more important thing, very important. For this Indian schools in Oman, I can tell you one thing. From my personal experience and interacting with so many people, I have learned that those who have exposure to 2 to 3 different cities, they are smarter than those people who have exposure only to one city. And you people have one added advantage. You have seen the culture of different countries. So you can be the smartest people. You are the global citizens. You are the global citizens. You can elevate yourself. And along with that, you can elevate the entire nation, the entire society. So for you, chartered accountancy can be a wonderful opportunity. By way of that, you can create your own organizations, right? Spreading over various nations. You can join corporates, MNCs, and contribute on a global level, or you can have practices, serving your clients, sitting in Muscat, serving your clients across the globe. Today, you know very well, I think youngsters know it very well, the benefits of technology than what we understand. You are much more smarter in technology than what we are. So you can definitely use these things and play a very, very vital role. Believe me, chartered accountancy is a challenging course, but along with that, very crucially, it is a very interesting course. It is a very interesting course. Some very, very practical subjects are there, very interesting. In the, initially when you start with new subjects, you find it a little difficult. But if you continue with that, then you'll find that is very, very, very interesting. It is like playing guitar. If you start playing initially, it does not work. You have to work very hard in the initial days. But once you start with the proper chords, the melodies, then you enjoy. Similar is the case. When you start with technical subjects, initially it is difficult. I am sure Jim might be recollecting his days when he did chartered accountancy. I think we are nearly from the same batch. So initially when you start, it seems to be a little difficult. Yes, a little challenging. But along with that, it is very, very, very interesting and a very rewarding career. It is one such course which will give you a lifestyle, which is very important. It is not only that after completing chartered accountancy, you only have financial benefits. No. If you only do something good in finance, that is not worth. The most important thing is it is about lifestyle. It is about lifestyle. Along with finance, you have a very good time to live. I think this is one very good thing I learned in Muscat. I was interacting with all the GCC participants in Muscat, and they said that if one very beautiful thing you will find in Oman is that people have money, people have wonderful infrastructure, and people have time to enjoy life. That is very crucial. You have the time. Sometimes it so happens you have too much of money, but probably you don't have the time to live. I think that is there in Oman, where people are living so very happily, right? That is what I learned there. So I think this is what initially I wanted to talk about chartered accountancy. If I'll very quickly talk about some of the how you can go ahead with that. Chartered accountancy can be done in 3 stages. First is the foundation with 4 subjects. Second is intermediate with 6 subjects divided into 2 groups of 3 subjects each. And then you have final, once again with 6 subjects. Initially, let us talk about foundation. In foundation, you have 4 papers. 2 of them are in MCQ mode. 1 question, 4 options. Out of that, you have to choose the correct one. So 2 papers MCQ and 2 papers you have to write. The purpose, I'll tell you the beautiful purpose that Institute of Chartered Accountants of India has thought about. Your 1 paper, accountancy, that has to be in the writing mode because you have to solve certain questions, and that is very interesting, accountancy. Second, quantitative aptitude, that is mathematics and statistics and logic. There, the institute does not expect you to go into procedures. They just check your logic, and that's why it is fully in MCQ based. Interestingly, all the top B schools have the same type of pattern for quantitative aptitude. All the top B schools, whatever you can think about Harvard or Stanford or IIM Ahmedabad or whatever you can think about, most of them, they have the same type of pattern. So the same pattern is for quantitative methods. Then you have mercantile law, that is business law. Now business laws are very important and very interesting, right? There it is descriptive more, so that at the first level, in 1 paper, you develop your descriptive abilities. And the 4th subject is economics. Once again in MCQ mode. They don't want you to write. They want to understand the basics of economics. If you really want to grow in finance, I think economics go hand in hand. That is very, very crucial. Believe me, Warren Buffett, of course, many of us might follow him. He is great in finance. But along with finance, his understanding comes from economics, from macroeconomics. And believe me, if you have the wonderful experience of 2 countries, that means you are working at the macro level. You can be the best in economics, the best, and you can be global leaders in that. So I think this is something about foundation, 4 subjects, in inter 6 subjects, final 6 subjects. Along with that, you have a very important thing of practical training, 2 years. And along with that, you have hands-on experience on information technology for a few days. At the same time, management and communication skills program for a few days. This will ensure that there is a 360 development for the student. I think this is something I wanted to say in brief about chartered accountancy. And if you have some questions and answers, probably we can go ahead with that. Thank you very much to provide me this wonderful opportunity to interact with you, of course, online. But it was a wonderful experience. Please, thank you.
Thank you, sir, for igniting the spark of ambition in our future CAs. Now over to Mrs. Divya for the Q&A session.
Thank you, Mrs. Renu. Now, a very warm good evening to one and all present here. Thank you, Jay, sir, for that insightful presentation. Now, the floor is open for the question answers. I think there will be many who would like to clarify their doubts. They need to explore more onto the role of chartered accountant. So the floor is open to you. You can kindly unmute your mic and clarify your doubts with our keynote speaker. Any questions, please? I'm sure there'll be students who would like to explore deeper into the role of the chartered accountants. Feel free to unmute your mic and clarify your doubts with the keynote speaker.
I think you can go out of the way to ask questions. You can ask anything regarding career, right? We are interested in motivating our youth. It is our duty to motivate, to encourage, and to guide, and not interfere, of course, with the youth. So believe me, I'm your friend. I'm very much your friend. You can ask anything regarding your career, your life prospects, whatever you feel, please feel free.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening.
Sir, I would like to know, how is the workload of a CA? Like, is it heavy or is it manageable by a normal person?
Okay, a wonderful question. I think, yes, this should come to someone. I tell you one thing. For any professional, whether he's doctor or advocate or chartered accountant or anyone, his schedule very much depend upon his personal choices, one. Second, his energy level, and third, his time management. Believe me, there might be some professionals who might be finding it really very difficult to manage time. There might be. And there are some people who are very smart enough. According to me, CA gives you a very, very manageable workload, right? It is very much possible that working for a few hours, of course, dedicatedly, with focus, you can perform your work very, very well. And for the rest of the time, you can really enjoy all other aspects of life, including your time with family, including your hobbies. So I believe that it is manageable, of course.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Yes,
Sir,
I wanted to add, if you allow.
Yes, sir, please.
Yeah, I want to tell him if he can manage himself and successfully complete with Indian school, then chartered account will be a piece of cake for you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Questions? Any more questions?
Sir, according to you, is it possible that a person can become a successful entrepreneur without pursuing chartered accountancy, or by not doing business and focusing on a science career, but then moving on to business?
Well, it's another very important and very beautiful question. See, first and foremost thing, for being successful, it is not about a degree, right? It is not about a degree. You will find many entrepreneurs who do not have any degrees, but still they are good entrepreneurs. So, friend, please do understand. Please don't think about chartered accountancy as a degree. It is not about a piece of paper that you are getting some mark sheet or like that. It is about the process. My focus is on process. I'll tell you one thing. I'm an entrepreneur. My daughter, as of now, has joined corporate, but she is also planning to be an entrepreneur. My younger daughter, she is pursuing chartered accountancy, and I believe she will also become an entrepreneur, right? But we don't look at chartered accountancy only as a certificate, only for the sake of passing like that. But the process, if you look at it, as an entrepreneur, if you really want to grow beyond a limit, then you have to understand the business. You have to understand the peripheral things as well as the nucleus, the core, right? On the periphery of the business, you have finance. You have to understand accountancy. On the periphery of the business, you have to understand the implications of tax, global business, international tax. You have to understand law. If you don't understand all these things, then probably in today's time, it is very difficult to do business, being an entrepreneur. See, it's very easy for a youngster to say that I want to be an entrepreneur. But being an entrepreneur, believe me, it's a wonderful art. For that, you require so many things. It is like that what Steve Jobs said, connecting the dots, right? So, as a chartered accountant, you will pass through number of things which a businessman requires. So that definitely enhances you. Even if you're a science student, well and good, you can be a wonderful entrepreneur. The only question is that whether biology will help you to become an entrepreneur, or understanding of business law and business finance will help you to be an entrepreneur. I think it's a matter of personal choice. But there are many people from science streams who have become entrepreneurs, and there are many people who do not have any qualifications. They have not even gone to schools, and they are wonderful entrepreneurs. So entrepreneurship is an art, a science, a mental state. But I believe that moving through chartered accountancy to entrepreneurship is a wonderful concept. I strongly believe in that, and that's why both the daughters are into chartered accountants.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, we have time for a couple more questions. Please feel free enough to ask your doubts. As sir
Hello.
said, on any career. Yes.
Yeah, my question is, we are able to see IIM and IIT graduates and topmost entrepreneurs, but not CAs. So, does this contradict the statement that CAs can be good entrepreneurs?
Well, you are asking the wrong person. I am an entrepreneur. But yes, your point is very valid. I'll tell you the reason. What happened in 1949, as Jim was talking about 75 years in this particular profession, The institute was set up in 1949. In the very initial years, the profession was very much on audit and accounts. And we are very less in number. Chartered accountants, in the entire vast nation, there were only some few thousand chartered accountants. And they were so very well absorbed in accounts and audit setup. And it was so very easy, lucrative, and financially rewarding. So people did not go out of it. They were in the comfort zone. But later on, tax was added. Today, the things have changed. See, earlier businesses were very different. There was less paperwork in business. There were less complications in business. Right? It was a different theme. But now businesses have become so different. And believe me, in the last decade, many chartered accountants have come and into entrepreneurship. Now tell me, the Indian Warren Buffett, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, right? He's a chartered accountant. Come to the Indian commercial capital, that is Mumbai, and you have a big builder, Hiranandani. He's a chartered accountant. Kumar Mangalam Birla, well and good, is a chartered accountant. Today, in Shark Tank, the person sitting Aman Gupta, representing boat, is a chartered accountant. So there are many people, of course I do agree, from IIT and IIM route, many people have gone into entrepreneurship, and there is a track for that. But in the recent years, there are many chartered accountants. Just understand one thing. Earlier, chartered accountancy could be done only after graduation. So people used to clear it at maybe 27, 28 or something like that. But in the last decade or so, chartered accountancy can be done after 12th. So the age has come down. Today you can be a chartered accountant at 21. So you have some few more years with you, which you can use for going to IIMs or any other management institutes. So today, there are many chartered accountants who are going into technology also. Along with that, they are taking knowledge in management also and becoming entrepreneurs. So I believe that chartered accountants can be very good entrepreneurs. And as I said, tomorrow we have another meeting where we have chartered accountants into entrepreneurship. Believe me, there are thousands of chartered accountants doing wonderfully well in entrepreneurship.
Just to add one more point, Doctor, on this particular question, even in Oman now, we are in the stage of changing the law. Previously, whoever used to have a degree in accounting, he could open the audit firm or a finance firm. Now things are going to change. Anyone wants to exercise or to have a practice certificate in an audit firm, for example, he has to be a chartered accountant. So the worlds are also changing. The demand of chartered accountants is also increasing on this critical area. As you mentioned earlier, less people and very few who had that certificate. So it was very difficult, the governments to make it as mandatory to have that certificate with those people who need to have an entrepreneurship, for example, in auditing or in a finance consultation. But today, with the increase of institutions, increase of support availability, and also people are increasing getting it, it becomes a mandatory also for the market as well.
Good evening. This is Harsha Jetmarani. And am I audible?
Yes, Harsha, yes.
Yes. Thank you, CJ, for that insightful, motivational talk. My son Yash is with me and he's planning to pursue. My question is a bit technical. I'm not sure if this is the right forum to ask this question, but I think I can throw the question. Maybe if you have an answer or somebody has an answer, I can get it. We are trying to register him for the CA Foundation course. He is in the 12th standard right now. And when we try to register on the portal, CA portal for the Chartered Accountant Foundation course, it says register as an Indian student or as a foreign student. Now, currently he is in Oman, but after 12th, 99% he will be going to India to pursue his graduation and appear for the CA Foundation. So in that case, he should register as an Indian student or a foreign student.
Well, madam, the question is in the right forum only. Okay. Believe me, our purpose for today's program is only helping the youngsters. So whatever is important for youngsters is within the domain. We would be happy to deal with that. So in this case, if you are sure that it's going to come for graduation in India, you can register as an Indian student, right?
Okay.
It would not matter. It would not matter, but I can do one thing. I'll just look into the pros and cons. I never thought about it. Tomorrow
Okay,
I'm going
fine.
at the ICAI headquarters.
Okay.
So maybe if you can contact me some way, right?
Okay.
Maybe by whatever email or whatever, then
Sure.
I'll definitely come back to you after discussing. Exactly, I'm not very sure whether there are any pros and cons. According to me, it does not make any difference.
Okay.
According to me. But yes, of course, if you, I think one of the important thing is, if you join as a foreign student, then in that case, the institute gives you the option whether you would like to learn the Indian taxation or the taxation of a particular nation where you are based. I think these are some of the things, right, where you require changing. See, finance remains same across the globe.
Yeah, correct.
Right? Accounts remain same across the globe. When it comes to taxation, there are some differences, right, in different nations. I think that should have been the purpose why the institute must have mentioned. In that case, I think joining as a foreign student also serves the purpose. But still, you can send me a mail, right? I'll come back to you by tomorrow for sure.
Sure. I will do that. Fine. I'll take your email from CA Jim. I suppose.
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome.
Good evening, sir. So my name is Kusevak. Sir, can you please tell how can we improve accounting process in an organization?
Well, that's a good question. So the answer is very simple. Become a chartered accountant, learn the skills, and then improve upon it. Anyway, I'll tell you, see, first and foremost thing is, you have to be passionate about something. Very passionate about. Like I tell you, I use these words. I never studied accounts. I was always in romance with accounts. Believe me, I'm not joking. I'm very sincere when I say, right? I really am very passionate about accounting. I enjoy it. So first is develop your mindset. Develop your mindset. Accounting is the language of business. Accounting is the language of business, right? Accounting is not only about a debit credit. Accounting is not only about balance sheet. Accounting and auditing is about having controls in business. Can you imagine one gentleman having 20,000, 30,000 employees, right? Running a large corporate. Can you control all these 20,000 employees? Can you supervise them? The answer is no. Span of control does not allow you to handle these many people. So you have to come out with controls, right? You have to look at it, how you can manage all these things. Accounting is relations with all these things. So it's a beautiful subject, beautiful discipline. First, make it a mindset that I really want to be passionate about it, and start learning accounts, not only from bookish perspective, but think about it, that whatever you have learned, can you apply it in practical situation? Can you take some data, start from scratch and go up to the balance sheet? I'll tell you what I did with my daughter. When my daughter came into school, I told her that I'll give you some data. From that data, you are actually going to write journal, ledger, trial balance, and finally go up to final account, as if you are doing in the real life. It is a simulation, so that you understand the total process. At a young age, if you understand the total process, then you can be of great value addition to corporates and your clients.
Thank you, sir. Very much. Thank you, sir.
Just to add,
I have a question.
CAJ, maybe to add, a lot of students, they think accounting is math. I want just to assure them, mathematics is completely different from accounting. As CAJ has explained, it's about more than what you think. It's more than control and balance sheet and that. You are part of the organization strategy. You are part of the organization decision making. So it's not a mathematics where people, some of them, they hit math and they think accounting is math. It's not.
Thank you, sir. And 2 more questions due to time constraint.
Good evening,
Will you
sir.
2 more questions? Yes, sure. Thank you. Yes.
Good evening, sir. Yes, thank you so much for being here today. I would like to ask you, what exactly is the difference between CA and ACCA? Can you please explain it to me?
Well, I think both of them nearly goes on the similar line. more or less the purpose is the same, right? These are from two different countries. They originate from two different countries. Otherwise, I think more or less they've been the similar line. You have to look into the subjects, and on the basis of that, you have to look at it what you should prefer. Well, see, if I talk from my perspective, then actually, I have been a part of ICAI. My preference has been CA. As I said, see, I had the option for both. I chose CA. Similarly, for my daughter, I had the option for both. I chose CA. For my younger daughter, once again, I had the same option. I chose CA. So somehow my choice is CA, but I think both are good. Both are very good. ACCA is UK based, CA is ICAI is India based, right? Both have pros and cons, both are good. A person can have a choice between the two. My choice is, my preference goes towards CA because it is more rigorous. It has more subjects in depth. That is what I believe. That is what I believe. There can be different opinions. My opinion is I choose CA.
Yes, sir. And as for CA, right, when we register for it, do you recommend that we do a bachelor's degree before it? Because I got some recommendation from a counselor. He said that it's better to do a bachelor's degree before doing a certification degree. But then my parents are like, if you want to do it quickly, you should register for the foundation from this 12th grade.
Well, I think it's a good question. And I think many of the students might be wondering about it. Yes, along with CA, a bachelor degree should surely be taken. And believe me, it is not like that you are doing two different courses, so you'll be overburdened, because the level of CA is on a higher side. And nearly you can choose a bachelor degree with the same type of subjects, right? So what would happen? You will work only for one, and the other also you will be handling. Bachelor degree is important. The reason is that you are not very sure about your future. You may turn out to be an entrepreneur. You might go into public service. Tomorrow you might go into some B school, or you might be working tomorrow in Finland, or maybe in US or India. You don't know what will be the future. And in different countries, there are different requirements. Maybe in one particular B school, they might require a bachelor degree. In another B school, they might not require. So it is on a safer side. It is always good. Along with chartered accountancy, one bachelor degree should surely be taken. And parallelly, very smoothly, they can be done.
Okay, thank you, sir.
As well, Jay, maybe sometimes those who does bachelor degree, they get also sometimes exempted to some of the CA's paper. So maybe this is an advantage also. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, sir.
I'd just like to add, I think like you can still register for foundation straight after 12. You can do it alongside. You can integrate it, just so it's clear. You don't have to spend 3 years doing a bachelor's degree and then start CA.
Okay, thank you.
Good evening, sir. My name is Mohammad Muzammil, and I've recently pursued commerce for 11th and 12th. And my doubt is that after 12th, we have this particular period of time where we have to go to this course for commerce, right, for chartered accountancy. So I've taken these 3 things for myself, like chartered accountancy, or maybe the software side, or maybe the accountant side. Yeah. So actually, like, yes, if we work, we'll surely get into that field. But suppose by chance, if we do not get into that field, what do you say about that? Like, by chance, if we do not get in that field, what about the years that we put into?
Okay. This is a very crucial question. Well, interestingly, you have talked about chartered accountancy and software. Both are very dear to me. And many times I tell the students that one of the best advantage of chartered accounts is that at a very early age, you can become a chartered accountant today. As I said, 2021, you become a chartered accountant. Now, I believe that one should be a little more hungry and more craving for more knowledge and technical skills. So in chartered accountants, there will be time when you have free time. At that time, you can definitely use them for understanding technology, right? So software, technology, and chartered accountants, they can also go side by side, or you may do both at different points of time. Well, your question is, what if I don't get completed? In that case also, please do understand, you are joining chartered accountancy along with a bachelor degree. So your bachelor degree anyway is going on. If in an extreme case, you are not in a position to complete chartered accountancy, still, I'll answer it this way. Say, for instance, I want to join military. and that's why I go for 2 years training and I don't get selected into army. Does it help me? Yes, at least I made my body very well fit. They may not have chosen me, but whatever I developed, that is with me. So, in the pursuit, in this chartered accountancy, even if you finally do not clear, first of all, there are no reasons why a person should believe he cannot. It's only about your sincerity, your efforts. If you are genuine, if you are sincere, I'm sure about it, you can do it very easily. But in an extreme case, for some reason, if you could not complete it, still the knowledge you have taken about tax, about law, about accounts, about finance, about costing, and so many other things that will always help you as an entrepreneur or as a consultant, as an industrialist, or in any role that you are playing. So that knowledge will always remain with you.
Thank you, sir,
Yes,
for
sir.
your
Thank you.
valuable. Yes, thank you, sir, for your valuable information. So, due to the time constraint, we are wrapping up the question answer session. Our sincere gratitude to the keynote speaker, CA Jai Chaira, for patiently, at the same time, enthusiastically clarifying the doubts in a very interesting manner and for shedding light on the intricacies of chartered accountancy. Thank you so much, sir. And thanks to Ali sir for adding his valid points to it and for giving a clear picture of its options in Oman too. Thank you so much. And thank you, children, for all your thought-provoking questions. Now, over to Renu ma'am.
Thank you, Mrs. Divya. It is indeed a privilege to have with us a distinguished personality, CA Ashwini Savrikar, Academic Chair, Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman. She is an audit and risk professional operating in Oman with an overall 25 plus years of work experience. CA Ashwini Savrikar has held board positions in various professional groups in Oman. She has been associated with the education sector, having served on the board of an international school in Oman from 2013 to 15, and is currently serving as academic chair on the board of Indian schools in Oman. Her presence has added immense value to this occasion. May I now request CA Ashwini Savrikar for the felicitation address. Ma'am.
Thank you, Mrs. Renu. Good evening to all of you, Chief Guest, Mr. Ali Al-Asmi. My colleagues on the CA chapter and all my colleagues on the school board and the school, it's a very, this felicitation event I hold very close to my heart because I've hosted it as part of the CA chapter when I was on the managing committee of the chapter, and now I'm attending it from the school side. So this holds a very special place for me. CA Jai, thank you very much. You have very well explained about the CA course itself. And what I wanted to add from my side is that while science and arts and other streams give you probably a focus into a specific area, when someone comes to the commerce stream, it gives you versatility to deal with global macro and microeconomic challenges, opens wide spectrums. No wonder we have had statements from our past President of India that chartered accountants play a big role in nation building, as well as our current Prime Minister saying that the signature of a chartered accountant is far more important than the signature of a Prime Minister. I mean, he has said it that shows the importance of the chartered accountancy. Today's event is to felicitate our young friends. I would really like to congratulate Meghna Jaikumar, Demelo Mark Savio, Melina Natasha Govis for being the commerce toppers. We are felicitating you today from ICAI Muscat chapter side, as well as CA Nidhi Shanbag and CA Harshil Nirmal, who are our Indian schools alumni, and they have recently cleared their CA qualification. So welcome to the profession to both of you. It's a very proud moment for all of us here to welcome you into the profession and to be guiding you commerce toppers as well as your other colleagues, other classmates in the Indian schools to take up this CA course as a career option. Just one thing before I close. When I became a chartered accountant, I realized that it's a brand. The CA holds a brand value. And when I moved to Oman, I realized that the Indian CA tag, which I carry, it's not just a brand in India, but it's also a global brand. So one thing I can assure you is coming into this stream is going to open up career opportunities, multiple career opportunities for you. And along with congratulating our young friends today, I would like to wish all the best to all of you for all your future endeavors. Thank you very much. Over to you, Mrs. Renu.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for that address. Now, it's time to honor the dedication, perseverance, and excellence demonstrated by some outstanding students in the field of commerce. Their hard work, determination, and innovative thinking have not only propelled them to the top, but have also inspired others around them. Let's now felicitate our commerce toppers and celebrate their extraordinary achievements through a video presentation. Congratulations, Meghna, Gemello, Mark Savio, and Melina Natasha. Unfortunately, Meghna could not join us today as she has some personal reasons. But anyway, congratulations to all of you. Hello, Mark. How are you?
I'm good, ma'am. How are you?
Nice to hear. Just wanted to ask you, Mark, how did you stay motivated and focused on your academic goals throughout your year?
Yeah, first of all, good evening to one and all present here. And topping was not a aim for me when I started out, but obviously results are a byproduct of your process. And in order to achieve results, you have to just win your mini battles every day, do the small things right every day of your studies, and ultimately it comes to fruition. Yeah.
Thank you, Mark. I think so. That is a takeaway for our future commerce students. Hello, Melina.
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Melina, can you just tell us about your future goals?
So, my future goals right now is to be a business analyst, and that's what I'm studying in Australia. So it was during my schooling years that I figured out that I had a passion in this field. So, yeah.
Thank you, and best wishes for all your future endeavors. Once again, a big congratulations to the three of you, in fact. Now, at this juncture, let us take a moment to appreciate the invaluable support and guidance provided to these toppers by their teachers, mentors, and parents. Behind every successful student, there is a team of individuals who have played an instrumental role in shaping their academic and personal growth. So, once again, a big congratulations to all of you. Now, as we celebrate the achievements of our commerce students, we are honored to have with us a few distinguished alumni who have traversed similar paths and have excelled in their careers. Today, we have the privilege to hear from our esteemed alumni who will share their invaluable experiences as commerce students and their journey towards becoming chartered accountants. Their insights and wisdom will undoubtedly provide valuable guidance and inspiration to our current students as they navigate the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Let us extend a warm welcome to CA Nidhi Shanbag and request her to share her experiences. Nidhi, please.
Hello, hi, good evening to everyone. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am. Yes,
thank
yes.
you. Yes, thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for having me today. It's really an honor and it feels like a full circle moment. Back in 2017, I was felicitated as a commerce topper, and now I'm here as a recently qualified CA. It really, uh, it's been a journey. It's been a journey with many ups and downs, but it's been worth it. Really, thank you for having me. First, congratulations to all the toppers. Your hard work has paid off, and uh, I hope going forward you still have the motivation and the success that you've seen so far in it. I'm sure you'll get there. And starting with listening to the previous speakers has been really insightful and inspiring. Uh, Education can take you a very long way, and professional qualifications can take you farther. That's something that I've always observed, and that was one of the reasons why I pursued CA. So, the thing about CA that I've always felt from the very beginning is it's a very vast subject. It comprises of 8 papers and around 12 subjects. So when you qualify, it is a challenge, definitely. But once you qualify, the career opportunities that are presented to you are, several. So I got into auditing, and I found my passion for auditing when I was pursuing my CA journey. So I just have 3 things to say to the students in this call who are probably deciding to pursue CA in the future. You have to, the first thing and the most important thing that I'd say is please take advice from the right people. There'll be many people along the way who will, make you really doubt your decision to pursue CA. They'll either say that it's very difficult, or they'll say it's not worth it, or they'll say, there's easier things and to do that may be more rewarding. But you need to take the right decision. And if you have a passion for it, please, consult people and take advice from people who have found success, and take guidance from people who will give you the right advice. So personally for me, initially, when you say you're pursuing CA, a lot of them will say, you'll have to study 16 hours a day. You'll have to, give up your social life. You'll have to give up any entertainment that you may have in your life. You'll have to dedicate, 4, 5, 6 years of your life to just studies. And it seems like a waste of your youth, but that's not the case. Trust me, I'm not the kind of person who studies for 16 hours. So please take advice from the right people. And it's a very achievable qualification, and it's very, very rewarding once you achieve it. The second thing that I'd like to say is please prioritize your health. You're young and you're probably under a lot of pressure. Although you've completed your 12th boards, it doesn't stop here. The pressure gets higher, and you really need people to tell you and to remind you that your health matters, your mental health, your physical health, and please, focus on your relationships. Have a good relationship with your parents. Surround yourself by people who inspire positivity. People who will pick you up when you're feeling down. So success, CA, especially among other competitive exams, is one where it is mentally, you need to be mentally, strong with it. And you need people around you who will provide you with that rather than bring you down. And the third thing is never at any stage in your CA journey or any other academic, journey, doubt your capabilities. If you choose a academically challenging qualification, you will be challenged academically. That is the purpose of it. That is why it is special, and that is why it's rewarding. So don't doubt your capabilities. Believe in yourself, and you have to enjoy the subjects. I know you might be thinking, as the previous speakers have made a note saying that, if you don't like maths, you might assume that you won't like accounting. Like they said, those are completely different subjects, and CA is not just accounting. There are, so many, there are around 12 subjects that you'll master over the course of the subject. And you can really find something that you like, and you'll observe, and the study materials are prepared in such a way that you will really enjoy studying. So please enjoy the subject and enjoy the journey. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your experience. Hope it will serve as a beacon of hope and motivation for current students. Now we would like to hear from CA Harshil Nirmal.
Good evening, everyone. My name is CA Harshil Hemendra Nirmal, and I am immensely honored to being felicitated this evening as a chartered accountant who's recently qualified. And I would especially like to thank the Indian Schools of Oman, our chief guest for this evening, Sir Ali Al Azmi, Jim Sir, Shivakumar Sir, Jay Sir, Ashwini Ma'am, Renu Ma'am. I would like to thank you all. And first of all, I would like to highlight that it is not only the goals that you should be focusing on, but also on the journey. And the journey to becoming a chartered accountant is what will build your character, the discipline, the perseverance, and the ability to work under pressure. It all comes from that. A brief idea about me: I completed my schooling in 2018, and I moved to Ahmedabad. I am a pass out of Indian school Al-Wadi Al-Kabir, and then I came to Ahmedabad, and immediately after my 12th boards, when everyone was enjoying their vacation, I was 12 hours into coaching every single day, and I appeared for my CPT, and then as soon as my CPT cleared, I went on to enter CA. I appeared both the groups together, and I used to do this thing where for giving my exams, I used to fly back to Muscat. I used to prepare from there, and I used to stay at home. And another important thing to highlight is that our heroes, which is our teachers and our parents, have a very important role, and they make our job really very easy. Teachers guide you, and parents, they don't entertain guests. They cut off their social life as well, so that you can become something in the future. And trust me, the day of the result was it was really very special. I remember working, studying 14 hours a day for my inter and final CA exams, and also cutting off on sleep because that's what suited me more. And I wanted to get there quickly so that I can, I could uh, progress more quickly in life. So that's what I did. And currently, I'm at Ahmedabad only, and trust me, with great freedom comes, with great power comes great responsibility. So yeah, do not be, don't hesitate to work long hours, and don't worry about working long hours after becoming a CA, because if you're having that power and freedom, you have to, give something in return, because you have a very important role to play for the economy. And yeah, lastly, I would like to say that from an academic perspective, that CA has also got global recognition as post qualification. That is you can directly go and pursue PhD in some of the some of the universities across the globe. And I personally did not believe in pursuing bachelor's, because I thought it was a total waste of time for me, because I was totally focused on clearing CAs, and I eventually did that. So yeah, that was what I believed in. I just had I just had a vision of focusing on the bullseye. So I did that, and here I am. Currently, I'm working as an audit and taxation manager. We do compliances in income taxes, GST. I appear for litigations as well. In front of the offices. So we represent our clients in GST and income tax, personal hearings as well. And apart from that, I'm really very passionate about, stock markets, and I've been there. We do have a community of over 1,500 people on WhatsApp, and I personally am into full-time trading of futures and options. So basically, why I'm saying all of this is, you have one, CA as a qualification. It is one key that can unlock a lot of doors. So you just need to focus on that, and it's okay to cut off, friends and social life for some time, because the ones who really to whom you really mean something, they'll eventually wait for you on the other end. So yeah, that's all I would like to say. Thank you.
Thank you, C.A. Harshal. Your wisdom and lessons learned speak volumes about your commitment. Thank you once again. Now, with great respect and admiration, I invite our beloved principal, Mr. Deepak Patankar. Mr. Deepak Patankar is a source of inspiration for all of us. He, that is the school staff and the teachers and the students, is a source of great inspiration. He has spearheaded many initiatives and we have been successful to work under his guidance. One such initiative is going to be very soon conducted next month, the Educational Conclave. On this moment, I would like to invite our principal for the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Renu. Chief guest for this evening, Mr. Ali Al-Asmi, General Manager, Investment and Treasury, Directors within CBO, Dr. Shivakumar Manikam, Chairman, Board of Directors, Indian Schools, Oman, CA Jim Joseph, Chairman, ICAI, Muscat Chapter, Keynote Speaker, CA Jay Chaira, Chairman, Board of Studies, ICAI, C. Ashwini Savarikar, Academic Chair, BOD Indian Schools, distinguished directors on the Board of Indian Schools and ICAI Muscat Chapter, Mr. Vinoba MP, Senior Principal and Education Advisor, the proud awardees of this evening, parents and students of various Indian schools in Oman. Very good evening to all of you. It has indeed been a greatly enlightened evening with information packed with highly motivated address of the keynote speaker, C.A. Jay Chaira, and the words of wisdom that have come from the other distinguished speakers. At the very outset, a sincere thanks to the chief guest, Mr. Ali Al-Asmi, General Manager, Investment and Treasury, Director, CBO, for his presence and the word of wisdom shared on the 6th edition of the ICAI Muscat Chapter Scholarship Program for the toppers of Commerce Stream. Thank you, sir, for gracing the occasion despite your basic schedule. I take this opportunity to thanks to the Chairman CA, Jim Joseph, and the Board of Director of ICAI Muscat Chapter for patronizing this event for the aspiring Chartered Accountant from the Indian schools in Oman. Thank you, sir. CA Jay Chaira for answering the queries of our student as well as their parent on the different levels of CA course. Indian school in Oman are indebted to our chairman, Dr. Shivakumar Manikam, for his commitment to providing quality education to all our students, his esteemed presence during this event, and his words of encouragement means a lot to the student community to do well in whichever course of study they wish to pursue in future. The keynote speaker for the evening, C.A. Jay Chaira, has won the heart of the student and their parent alike with his knowledge, experience, and his oratorical skills. Thank you for sharing your time and talent for the benefit of our student. Let me express our sincere thanks to C.A. Ashwini Savarikar, Academic Chair, BOD Indian School, for encouraging our student with her presence and the words of felicitations. My special thanks goes to C.A. Abhishek Vaishya, who is very patiently coordinated with the Indian School Board Office for making this program a grand success. My gratitude won't be complete without making a special mention about the stars of this evening, the 3 toppers who excel and set the new benchmark for their successes. Thank you, Meghna Jaikumar, Demelo Mark Savio, and Melina Natasha girls for joining us this evening, and the best wishes to you in your future academic pursuit. Most importantly, the 2 proud Indian alumni, C.A. Nidhi Shanba and C.A. Harshal Nirmal, who proved their mettle in cracking the most challenging exams and have reached covetable position in life. Thank you for sharing your experience, and may you both grow from strength to strength in your personal professional career. Thank you for the technical assistance provided by ICT Department of Indian School Salalah for the seamless execution of the entire program. And outlets to say a big thank to Mrs. Anita Rose, Mrs. Renu Jatin, Mrs. Divya Manoj, HOD Mr. Javed, and his team members for deftly monitoring the flow. Thank you, students and parents who were a part of this evening program. Thank you and good night.
Thank you, sir. Throughout this event, we have been privileged to delve into the multifaceted realm of commerce and the esteemed profession of chartered accountancy. From exploring the diverse career opportunities to gaining valuable advice from seasoned professionals, we have gained a deeper understanding of the path ahead. With that, we bring this enriching event to a close. Thank you once again to everyone who has contributed and participated.